Hey,
All right.
Hey, everybody.
Here we go.
Jumping right into it, you guys.
Another night of technical difficulties.
Ooh. We got music.
Figured it out. I guess we figured it out. Welcome back to another wonderful Tuesday night.
Man, a little mid-December keep off the grass. Oh, it's nice. This is something I look forward to each week with you guys because I can't be out in the yard. There's not much else going on. Work, sports, kid activities, family stuff. And then I get to come hang out with you guys each Tuesday night. So good to see you, fellas.
Good to see you as well. And yeah, man, it's that busy time of year between regular work stuff, school stuff, kids stuff, wife stuff, and you pile Christmas on top of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get all of those fun holiday memories made for the kids, do all the little Christmassy holiday things, all the shopping, all the decorating. It's a busy time of year. So
yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but like my kids, all of them now have their winter musical, their winter band concert, their winter dance recital, their winter everything. It's like
their Christmas program, their Thanksgiving program.
We had one Friday night, had one last night, had one Thursday night. It's like, and work for me has just been crazy busy. So actually I've missed a couple of them, unfortunately. And so you know how that goes, but yeah, busy time of the year. So
absolutely.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, let's get this show started, you guys.
Yeah,
we got a special guest, Rob, here. I don't know if is John going to make it. Rob, do you know?
No, I don't think he's going to make it. He may jump on and watch it. He's in Reno at a trade show.
All right. Well, we'll get a new perspective tonight. This will be awesome.
Yeah. Just in memory of John, I did wear the Pocock Trucking Company hat. So
nice.
I did wear that for him tonight.
It's the collector's item, hard to find.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's all.
Let's see if I can get you a cattle ranch hat. He says.
Ooh, there we go.
There we go.
Yes.
I like that. Nice.
Let me get one of those.
Yeah. All righty. Well, there's one way we have to start this show. So everyone grab your glass. Let's keep off the grass.
Yeah, this one snuck up on me tonight, so I got a little water.
You got a bottle.
Oh yeah, there you go. Catch up.
Yeah.
Who's got the Corona?
Savage,
nice.
Absolute savage move.
And I like how Olee's webcam or whatever can focus in on the object up close and then focus back on him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I went with eggnog tonight. I was like,
always a good choice.
I'm just gonna sip on a little bit of eggnog. I put my mug in the refrigerator when I got home, so it's nice and cool.
Nice
it's like
and
a frosty mug. Yeah.
Ooh.
So eggnog is not my thing, but I love a good cold glass of like 2% milk. Sometimes it's just like
this is like
perfect.
This is like 20% milk.
It's thick too, isn't it? It's like real, real syrupy almost.
A lot of times, like when I give it to my kids, I cut it with milk just because, and it's god awful expensive, but it's not healthy. It's super thick, so I'll like cut it with milk and be like, here you go,
Yeah.
But all right, enough about that.
Enough about that. If you've been watching this show or following along for, I don't know, any amount of time, whether it's 1 week or 3.5 years, you'll know that we have a strong affinity for ProPEAT fertilizers, and we are proud to work with John from ProPEAT in doing the lawn of the week, and we figured it was about time to have ProPEAT back on the show. So we have Rob with us tonight. So welcome, Rob.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
So Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do with the company, your position, and kind of let's kick into some of the stuff that you want to share with us.
Okay. Well, I started in the industry a long time ago. I started Western Pennsylvania working on a golf course when I was 10 years old. So by the time I went through high school and college, I had 18 years in at a golf course as a superintendent. Moved out west, moved out to Utah, early 90s, stayed in the industry, been in the lawn, more the spray business, fertilizing business, Built up a couple of those, sold to some big national companies. Probably about 12 years ago, I grew too old to pull a hose and fertilize every day. So I became.
You're never too old to pull a hose, my friend.
I became a sales rep.
You got to do what you got to do,
But so I worked for a company in Salt Lake last 10 years. I kept driving up to Idaho and grabbing this product called ProPEAT because everybody started asking about it. And the spring I went up and John says, hey, we need a rep. So we worked out a deal. So I've been a manufacturer rep for ProPEAT since May. So like you guys said, it's an amazing product.
What turned you on to it initially? I mean, it sounds like you noticed it was getting popular and folks were talking about it. When you kind of did your own little research, what was it initially that caught your eye? For me, it was the peat moss and that natural kind of soil release. What was it for you?
Well, out here in Utah, we get really drought. We have a lot of salt issues in our soil. It seemed like my customers that I was selling to, these lawn care guys and some of the golf courses, if they could not get their lawn, that was their go-to. I got crappy soil. I cannot get it green for my customer. Let me try that ProPEAT. So it seemed like ProPEAT, especially we get closer to the Great Salt Lake, you throw down regular urea, nitrogen fertilizer, it turns it yellow. So it seems like the results. There's always that one go-to where, hey, I know it's a little bit more money, but I need to make it green for my customer. So, and with the peat moss in it, holds water, but we kind of address the nutrition of the plant, but also some of the soil health. Yeah. So kind of a 2-for-1. So, but yeah, just the comments I got from my customers over the years, and they want a product that can outperform and how a lawn care guy, you guys know how lawn care guys work. If they get their lawns greener, nicer than their competitors, well, that neighbor is going to be, hey, who's doing your lawn? Mm-hmm. So like kind of keeping up the Jones. So yeah, that was it. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing the business. It's just, getting on with guys like you that can expose it, let people know about it, which is a key. So
was there a specific NPK ratio that was in higher demand?
You know what? The 13.58 was always my favorite, for my turf. It seemed like having a little bit of phosphorus in it. Out here, we get a lot of grub activity and drought in the summertime. So we get a little more phosphorus in it. It kind of stimulates the root growth and thickens up the turf. Triple 11's real popular out here too. I mean, they're all real popular, but I like a little bit of phosphorus out here. So, and you guys, some states, I think there's about 11 states you can't put down phosphorus. So, we're fortunate we can put down phosphorus. But yeah, I mean, 13.58 is probably my favorite.
Gotcha. Olee, I know you're a big fan of the 7.4.14 because of the iron.
Because of the potassium too, the SOP.
Yeah.
It's got the sulfate of potash instead of murate.
Yep.
But that is one of their products that has iron. The others have iron, but it's just a really, really small amount.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. But I've used
what would you need, like a 2 to 4% for it to be worthwhile for iron?
Somewhere above 1% for sure.
Like if you're talking, you want to get some of that darker green from the iron, you need to have at least 1%, not
or above. Somewhere
above, yeah. Except the ironite stuff is like crazy. It's granular, but it's pretty high in iron.
Yeah,
expensive too, but yeah.
Well, that's one product we're going to talk about. Hopefully, you guys got the picture of the label. We got a new product. It's a micronutrient product. There's no nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium in it.
Okay.
It's ferrous sulfate, magnesium, calcium, sulfur, and peat moss. So real excited about that product because it's the all green, no grow. And you guys know summertime when it's getting hot and you're still pounding down with high nitrogen, you're out. And some of you guys might like to mow every 2-3 days. But a lot of people don't want to. So we got a product where we wanted to address. That was my number one complaint when I had a lawn business. Hey, Rob, my lawn looks great, but gosh, I got to mow every 2-3 days. So we took out the nitrogen. We're just enhancing chlorophyll production. So this way you can throw it down and we can take the iron micronutrients, last 60 plus days without any growth. So it's going to reduce clippings. So you guys know in the summertime, man, you get that dark green grass, but you don't want to have to mow it. So yeah, we're excited about that product. And cost, real cost effective too. It's
Is your guys' intention with that one to be kind of a summertime product, or is it something where, if you have a soil test and you have some deficiencies, this would be something you could go towards as well, or what's your guys' kind of initial thought process on when we would typically want to use this new product?
Yeah, I mean, the big issue, was trying to get it out where it was affordable. That was number one, where lawn care guys could use it, get into the rotation, start cutting back from the nitrogen, high nitrogen. But yeah, summertime, you get, May, June, July, August. We noticed, especially the last couple of years, a lot of the cities, municipalities, they don't have the manpower and they're out baling hay.
Sure.
They get a lot of rain, so they're mowing so we want to kind of reduce the nitrogens, reduce the clippings. So it's a perfect time for the summer, then with the peat will help hold the moisture and water. And you guys know in peat moss, there's fulvic and humic acid too. So that was, that caught our attention. And then, as far as my nutrient deficiencies, especially out west and Florida, some of your markets, there's all high alkaline soils. So the salts come up in the summertime. There's no water, flush them down. Mm-hmm. So how do you address high bicarbonate salt issues? Sulfur, peat moss helps, fulvic, humic acid, calcium. There's a lot of calcium in this product as well. So it kind of checks a lot of boxes. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys all try some too. So.
Sounds
great.
Man,
I'm anything to help me stay green over summer. I'm always looking for that little extra edge to help me from going dormant and browning up and otherwise looking like garbage over summertime. It's always a challenge.
Yeah. When will that product be available?
We've got some samples out right now. We're hoping we're just tweaking the label right now. Hopefully by March, April of next year. So I've got several samples out to customers throughout the country. They're having some great results. And I don't where you guys are at, but you get up in the Pacific Northwest where there's a lot of rain and they get a lot of moss. So this product will actually nuke silvery moss and moss on the lawns, on golf course greens, if you see some moss out there. So we're excited about that as well. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll have it all, labeled, packaged, ready to go by the, 1st of March, 1st of April. And another key we're going to try and do is that every component is on there that we make it with is OMRI certified, OMRI approved. So we're going to look at getting this product OMRI approved as well. So excited about it.
Is it going to be in different prill sizes?
Yeah, we'll have fairway grade and greens grade. Yes, sir. Okay.
It will be a homogeneous prill as well, just like
it is. Yep, it is. Yep, it is. So, yeah, that one we're excited about. It's going to fit in everybody's budget, not like some of the other iron products on the market right now. So,
yeah.
What size bag are you guys going to be selling on Home Depot? Is it a 25-pound like the others?
Yeah, it'd be 25-pound, and then Heritage Landscape Group PPG, they've been selling the 50-pound online.
Okay, very cool. All right.
So, I would say the pricing is probably going to fall anywhere between $20 to $30 a bag, somewhere in that. Probably on a 25-pound bag, it's going to be 15 to 19, somewhere in there. So,
since you brought up Heritage, they have walk-in stores. So are they stocking the ProPEAT in some of their walk-in stores? I know the online sales, has the ProPEAT, but I just thought about that. I need to ask somebody and see if it's available where people can walk in and buy a 50-pound bag, because then there won't be any shipping involved and be a whole lot better way for people to start using more ProPEAT.
Yeah, you're exact. Yep. Yeah, they do. I know in Texas, they're stocking it. Colorado location stocks it. Up there in Washington, they stock it. They don't stock it everywhere, but hopefully, people go and ask for it. If
I
you
need
guys,
to-
if your listeners and viewers get on our website, we do have quite a few, locations. We got about 12 more we have to add here over the winter here. So unfortunately, we don't have as many back east as we do out west, but we're trying. So
yeah, we've got a location here. I need to check tomorrow and see. I haven't thought to ask them that, but if they stock that way, people won't have to pay the shipping.
Yep.
Because that's what kills you on the 50-pound bags is the shipping.
Yep. You know what? And that's a good
that's
point
crazy.
because we are a vendor for them. So if you go in and say, hey, can you start carrying this? It shouldn't be any issues at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Heritage PPG.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to sorry, Rob, I'm sitting over here trying to share my screen from some of the files that you sent us. But since we're having a little technical difficulties with who the actual host of the show is tonight, which is Brian, who's having power issues at his house, he can't approve me to share my screen, to share all of the slides and the graphics that you sent us. So I was trying to pull it up as you were talking about it. So I'm sitting here trying to mess with that. So we'll see if we can get that moving. But
yeah, circling back to the whole busyness. I think Zach was on the road, and so sometimes it's a shoestring operation for us without those guys.
No, we understand.
Sometimes.
I appreciate it. I'm just happy I was able to get on. I'm on my way to LA. I'm in Vegas tonight. So
oh, nice.
Ooh,
Lucky you.
I told John I'd try to stay sober for this, but
No promises.
It's all right.
Hey,
We don't discriminate around here.
another thing I wanted to bring up, and I don't know how much you guys are aware of have you guys heard much of the issues with the polymer coated products? They've been out there talking about a little bit. There's
Enlighten us. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
I
some
did hear a
studies
little
that have come out the last couple years. So a polymer coated urea, polymer coated fertilizer, they came out probably 15, 18 years ago. They take the fertilizer and they wrap it with the polymer. And then the fertilizer would dissolve through that polymer, and to feed the plant nice and slow. Well, now these studies are coming out that little polymer, it's actually a plastic. That's basically a plastic. Dissolves out, and that little plastic shell, it doesn't biodegrade.
No,
It's
it
there.
remains, huh?
Yeah, polyurethane is one of the most common. I don't want to scare people, but it could be several hundred years before it breaks down. So now, the last 10, 15 years of people throwing down polymer coated ureas, those little plastic shells have built up in the soil, or they wash down into your waterway. They call them microplastics because they're under 5 mil.
Yeah.
So that's changing the pH of the soil, making them more hydrophobic.
That's kind of wild. I didn't realize that. I just assumed that whatever the coating was, similar to like a medicine that we would take, because that technology is cheap as shit. Like, why would it be? But maybe these little polymer coatings are so cheap that it's just worthwhile to use that, or has been until people got wind of it. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that at all.
When I sold this product for 10 years, nobody tells the rep, nobody tells the lawn care guys, nobody. If you go into a box store, go into a store and look at 95% of the slow release or control release products, they're polymer coated. You're right. They're right. They're cheap.
Yeah.
But I think, now there's over 45 nations that are going to have banned it. Minnesota tried to ban polymer coated ureas last winter. So until they can come up with a biodegradable product, I'd stay away from it. I tell people go back to older technology. There's sulfur coat, there's stabilized urea, there's methylene, there's ProPEAT. There's other sources than buying. If a homeowner knew that every time that guy comes out and fertilizes my lawn, he's throwing down plastics that are there forever, they would not want that. They'd be like, nope, put something else.
So remind us what makes ProPEAT unique in its slow release mechanism. It has to do with the peat moss or the carbon kind of leaching it out, or how is it different or unique in that sense?
Good question. Well, we take Canadian sphagnum peat moss because it's the high carbon. So when we have a process, John has a plant there in Sugar City, Idaho. We combine these into a homogeneous pearl. So our NPK is binding with the carbon. So when you feed that ProPEAT, the ProPEAT binds with the carbon, just sits there until the plant needs it.
Mhm.
We call it more of a natural release. If the plant's starving, it picks it up pretty quick. If it's okay, I'm green, it just sits there and as plant takes it.
Is it more of like a chemical process, and that like as the soil's relative concentration of these nutrients declines or decreases, it pulls that out to kind of balance it out? It kind of, is that how it works? It's more of an osmotic or
no,
an
it's just
exchange?
it's bound with the carbon, and the plant will take it out when it needs it. It doesn't have to break down any, you know what I'm saying? It
Sure.
just sits there. The nice thing about the Pearl, I think the pH is like low 4, so it just kind of sits there when the plant's ready. So a lot of times out here where our pH could be up almost 8, 7.8, it just sits there until it needs it. It won't bind up. If you go to our website, a couple, BYU and University of Florida both tested it. So 1/3 of a pound of nitrogen in ProPEAT outperformed traditional 1 pound nitrogen. We don't have any volatilizing, any leaching on our product. Unlike, a lot of the quick release fertilizers, under fertilizers, you might get up to 50% loss.
Right. So much of it's wasted. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the key is the carbon. You guys know in peat moss too, we have live microbes, in our pearl. So those pearls will go in or biostimulant, the bacillus will help, boost up.
Oh,
Can't hear you.
Brian made it.
Yeah, you got the internet power back
there he
on.
is.
All right.
No heat in there.
Yeah, I got my nice little ProPEAT jacket
Yeah, I like
on.
it.
No, those jackets are
Got
nice.
my ProPEAT hat on. I've been
Mhm.
waiting.
Yeah, Brian's
Sure.
out there in Utah as well, Rob. So
Mhm.
he's
Oh, nice.
cold. He's
Nice.
cold
He knows
out
all
there.
about
with
it.
his power going out tonight.
Yeah.
He's got some pictures of that poly coating, right? Or does Brian have them?
I can probably pull stuff up now for you guys.
Yeah, I was trying to pull some stuff up before Brian. So you obviously needed to authorize me to show my screen.
Did you guys get your power turned back on?
Barely turned back on. Something about some drunk guy on his lawnmower out hitting power poles down.
I heard he peed on the main connection.
You never know that guy. I don't know.
Where do you live? Where do you live in Utah, Brian?
It's Utah County area.
Okay.
He doesn't want all his fans to be
Provo,
driving by his house, so he
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hear you.
Exactly.
Kind of a
I gotta
big
keep the city a secret, even though the drunk one guy gives it away.
1925 Elm Street.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, Utah County. So you're looking at the polymer shells. That's what you wanted to look at?
I sent you.
Yeah,
You
that
see
was
those?
interesting. Sure.
Yeah, like that.
Now, is that from a 50-pound bag?
That is from a 50-pound bag, one of 100% polymer coated. Those were 12 mason jars of the resin, the shells left over. That would go on 15 to 20,000 square feet. So if you only got a 4,000 or 5,000 square feet lawn, just take a couple of those. So dump them on your lawn. So I told the parks manager in Salt Lake, I said, I want you, every time you go out and put that polymer coated on your home, take 1,000 straws and mow them up.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's shocking. And people don't realize that.
How do they get away with it for so long? It's wild.
You know what's funny? When they first came out 15, 16 years ago, they were tan in color. They were clear. They were green. You couldn't see them. So that tells me they probably knew.
Yeah.
For a while.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sure.
It's, some people care about their turf, and they care about their soils. I mean, the farmers, they don't want to use that product either. If they can get, they'll be there 100 plus years. So until they come out with a biodegradable shell polymer, I'm sure they're working on them.
I know they're working on some kind of microbes or something that'll eat plastics, but I think the fear is that they'll just keep eating and then they'll eat the entire planet. So, you just got to be careful with that kind of stuff.
Well, they found them in junkyards. That's where
Yeah.
they discovered those. And I don't know. Would you want to put them on your lawn too? You know, just get plastics and all. Don't put plastics on your lawn. That's,
I mean, they'll probably outcompete the other bugs, and then who knows what will happen?
Yeah.
Messing with nature.
Brian, can you pull up the one label that was sent? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
yep.
I was like,
What
I'm
is
trying to look
this?
for it.
I missed it.
Yeah, can you zoom in on the analysis?
This is their fertilizerless fertilizer, Brian.
Yeah. Endless green.
It's like a micronutrient iron package
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
5% iron.
and some sulfurs.
How's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, 5% iron. That's okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so-
I see you. Mm,
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
you
That would
said
be
this
perfect
is a new.
leading up to summer for sure.
This is a new product you guys are carrying.
Yeah, brand new product we're going to be coming out with. We've got a bunch of samples out there throughout the West, people throwing it down, trying it. We just came out with it, finally got it made about a month ago, so we kind of missed the northern market, maybe a month and a half. I threw a little bit on my lawn and before it got cold, and it, you get that dark green without the grow. Nice thing about it is, taking most iron products, micronutrient products, you put them down, but they don't really last that long. I know in golf, we used to do it. We had a golf tournament coming up. We'd spray iron on it. It was graying for about a week and a half, 2 weeks gone. So when we combine the micronutrients with carbon, just like we do in our other NPK, the carbon holds onto the micronutrients. This product's all about getting that super dark green with no grow, especially in the summertime.
So this is the same 90-day release like other ProPEAT products.
Yeah.
So does that mean we've got a slow release iron?
Yep. And on the rates there,
You can stay a consistent dark green for basically close to 90 days.
Yeah.
So this will work real good in between your actual fertilizer applications and just keep color.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
think
pretty great. And I also liked what you had to say, Rob, about that interacting with moss. That's one of the I don't have a lot of moss in my lawn, but my in-laws do, and that's something that I've been trying to work on with my mother-in-law over the last season. When she was like, what do I do about moss? And I'm like, I actually don't know a lot about moss. So I've been trying to do some research and trying to figure some things out. And we've kind of gotten it, minimized, but I'm interested in what you were having to say about this actually killing moss and combating moss in turf grass.
Yeah, it's since gosh, that's what we used to do back in the 70s and 80s. We'd get moss or algae in ponds and throw some ferrous sulfate on it. It takes it out. So yeah, ferrous sulfate within a week, within probably 3 to 5 days, it's going to turn it black. Pretty much toast. So excited. I don't know. Does your mother-in-law live up in the Northwest or she?
We're in the Northeast. We're in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I'm up in northern New Jersey, closer to New York City, and they're down in southern New Jersey by Atlantic City, like closer to like Delaware. So it's but they're kind of more obviously more coastal. They're closer to the ocean than I am, and they like live on a lake and kind of in a more wooded area, so they have that consideration that I don't have up by me. But
yeah,
they have a lot of shade on the lawn.
A lot of rain.
In some spots, in some spots there's a decent amount of shade, and that's obviously where it is by some trees and things like that. But I mean, kind of little pockets of it. I mean, it's not like out, say, in the main. I mean, I posted pictures of their lawn, their front yard before, because when we killed it all off and planted the whole thing a couple of years ago, I posted a whole bunch of pictures of it. So, I mean, generally speaking, it's like, whatever, it's like 8,000 square feet, 7,000 square feet front yard. And it's pretty much open, but there are a couple trees kind of closer to the road and along the driveway. And that's where the moss is. It's kind of in the one corner that's out by, going down the driveway and then the street. So more
Well, I'll tell you what. After the show, if you want to email your address, we'll send you a free sample bag because we want to hear results. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
Yeah, we're excited about it just because you guys know in the summertime, man, you want that green lawn. Man, you don't want to go out there and bale hay, mow 3-4 inches off every week because I knew it with nitrogen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we're excited about it. And it's affordable.
And it's in 50 pounders, right?
Yeah, 50 and 25. And we recommend if 3 bags, three 50-pound bags per acre, 200 pounds per acre if the lawn hasn't been anything done to it, if it hasn't on a regular fertilizer program. But 3 bags an acre is perfect.
What would a 25-pound bag
right
cover?
now?
What's that?
You do have it in 25s right now?
No, just 50s.
Just 50s.
On the sample. We just did sample bags. We did about 15 tons of samples we're handing out. So we have a few pallets left. We can send you some samples.
I'll take a few pallets. That
Shit,
sounds good.
Olee needs a couple of pallets.
Yeah,
John was telling us about it at the Equipped Expo back in October. He was talking to us about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And telling us a little bit about the product. But what I was insinuating towards is like we got plenty of people in the chat that could win a bag.
Ooh.
What
What say we could we give one away? Rob, what do you say?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can't sell it because it's not registered. We're just test blocks. Yeah, we can get some test blocks away. The only thing we ask is if they take a before and after picture and share. That's all I ask.
Oh, that'd be easy.
Great.
I'm sure they would be willing to do that.
But make sure your listeners here, make sure you got to blow off your sidewalks because it will stain.
Yeah. That was going to be something I was going to mention.
Yeah, for sure. So
because ferrous sulfate, I mean, that's a true get down boogie woogie. Yeah, I mean it makes
when we compound that in the pharmacy, I mean it's like almost black on the little vials, and you got to use negative pressure because if you get little spurts anywhere, it's not clear. It is black splotches everywhere. You have to clean the whole hood down. It's a mess, that stuff. So yeah, man, that ferrous sulfate's that's real dark stuff for like in real life.
Tell you what,
it reminds me. Go ahead. It reminds me of porting cast iron cylinder heads back in the day. You sit there grinding on cast iron and the smell of that, and then you open up the ferrous sulfate bag. It's just like grinding on cast iron.
Yeah. If you put too much of it down, Bill, you're right. It will turn the lawn black. But give it about 2 days, it'll be the darkest thing you've ever seen.
All right. Well, let's see what time we got. Oh man, we're already at 10:41. So if you want to, if you want to win you a bag of this, why don't you put Endless Green?
Pull that
in the
back
chat,
up, Brian.
And we'll get a wheel going. And give away a bag. That sounds like a great idea. I like
a
it.
50-pounder too. That's awesome. That's exciting. That'll
spell it right.
load you up.
Endless Green.
Yep. Spell it right or you're disqualified.
Ooh. I'm not seeing any hyphens in between N and less.
Nope. It's not endless.
It's not endless.
In as in nitrogenless.
The hint is on the screen.
Got it first.
Right on there.
Got to get our branding right.
So this product. I don't know if you guys familiar with Florida, the west coast of Florida. Many of the counties, you get in the rainy season, you're not allowed to put any nitrogen down.
Blackout. Ain't that what they call it? A blackout.
Yeah. Rain. Yep. Exactly. And phosphorus as well. So this is going to be a great for western Florida. Along the Gulf Coast, Gulf Coast there, because once it gets into May, you can't put nitrogen, especially lawn business can't go out and apply nitrogen. I don't know about the homeowners, probably buy some at the store, but excited about that market too as well. So,
do any of the other ProPEAT NPK ratios have a complementary micronutrient kind of package like this with the NPK in there?
The 7414 does have a 2%, iron in it, and then also our 1111 has a micronutrient.
Okay.
nitrogen well.
So what would stop you guys from taking like this product here and just blending it with like 1704 or 1358 to create another unique item, like another fertilizer that's high in iron?
Labeling, the percent of stuff that's in the bag, whole new. Because I've been after John for a long time.
Well, I think too is the cost. We want to make a product that is affordable. It doesn't matter. We sell a lot on golf courses, city municipalities. You can have the best product, but if it's unaffordable, if it gets past that where people are willing to spend for it. I mean,
I like the idea.
Our 7414 is a great product with ferrous iron in it. It's got some micros in it. And every one of our products have a little trace micronutrients from the peat moss. We have a little bit fulvic humic acid in. So we're kind of with this market. We want somebody that doesn't want any nitrogen or phosphorus, or they just want to enhance the green without the grow.
So I can see this as something that would complement. So I like the idea, of saying, okay, I want to have this particular fertilizer, this ProPEAT, let's say 1358, I really like that, but I want to get some micros too. So I put down the endless as well. Whereas you guys would have to, manufacture yet another UPC. It would just be difficult. Whereas, we just have that flexibility of say, okay, pick the fertilizer I want and then complement it with this micro package and iron package. That way you have that flexibility. I think I like that aspect of it for myself anyway.
Well, I think too, like on the golf industry, we do a lot of the superintendents, they have their NPK programs. Mm-hmm. They've been doing the same NPK for 20 years. You're not going to do it. This is going to enhance, we'll be able to get in there. The lawn care market, the professionals that apply it, they're doing 6, 8 apps a year. We want to get in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, homeowners that they want that dark green in the summer, and there's that fine line between putting down too much nitrogen, where especially get back east, you're gonna push fungus growth. You know what I'm saying, and excessive turf growth. So we're trying to find that niche where hey, you're not going to get any growth, no clippings. You don't have to worry about getting a lot of fungus issues because it just pounded with high nitrogen. Mm-hmm. So out west where we have alkaline soils, if you look at the calcium, the sulfur, and peat moss, those are things that fight salt issues that we have out here. Then also, with drought, areas where people have a lot of drought, it comes in the summertime. Even back east, when I lived in Pennsylvania, we'd go a month or two without, near Pittsburgh, we might go 4, 5, 6 weeks without rain and everything's turned brown. So I think, putting this product down with the peat in there helping hold moisture as well. So, and it doesn't break the bank. This product is going to fall probably less than 95% of traditional fertilizers, to end user cost.
Okay. Yeah, that was my next question is, do you have a price point that you're looking at for this when you do fully launch it in the spring?
Yeah, we want to stay under that, $90 per acre, 10 user. So you're probably 3 bags an acre, 50-pound bag. Obviously we're going to let the dealers decide where they want to put it. But it's going to replace the plastic coated summer products people are putting down. It's going to place one of those rounds. Those are usually $30, $35 a bag. So it's going to be real competitive. So.
No, that's great. Cause I know, especially in the homeowner market with, kind of our scope of our sphere of I don't want to say influence, but I guess sphere of influence, or, the people that we interact with and ourselves, that's always one of the things that we hear a lot about, and feedback from people is, okay, yeah, I want to try a new product, but do I really want to jump into another product that's going to cost me, $100 to get into and try and see if I like it. And, there's people that are hesitant about doing that, and they say, well, I have my program. It works pretty good. My lawn's pretty awesome. There's so many products on the market that are, additive products, right? They're not an NPK. They're, a humic product, a fulvic product, a biostimulant pack, what have you. There's so many things that are out there on the market, and people are saying, well, I have what works for me, and do I really want to spend that extra money on my lawn care program just to try something out? So I think that there's a lot to be said for kind of living in that affordable price range like you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a few guys that I work with who they're not into lawns at our level, but they certainly will put some fertilizer down in the spring, put some down in the fall, and then they'll let the rain do its thing. They'll let it go dormant over the summer. And I could see this being something where this could be a product those guys, could benefit from, because they're not looking to mow extra or have more work to do over the summertime. But if it gives the grass a little extra edge, helps it stay a little greener, a little healthier throughout that, maybe bounces back a little bit faster into the fall, and you can kind of enjoy your lawn a little bit more, a little bit sooner than you would otherwise. I think that's an interesting option for those types of folks, where this could just be worked in as something to help kind of make the summer a little bit better for them.
Yeah, I hope so. I think if you want to make your neighbor jealous, heck yeah, throw it down. That's what I'm talking about.
And
you'll get that spring green in the middle of summer. That's what
it's easy to apply too, because most people spray iron. Not everybody's got a spray rig or a way of spraying. So with this being a granular, it's easy.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, most iron, other than like Iron Night or whatever, comes with a fertilizer, a small amount usually. You have to come liquid.
Get me a 25-pound bag, dump it in the wheelbar, get 5-10 pounds of this, stir it all up, and go to town. I know.
Yeah, there's not a lot of granular iron on there, especially ones that last 90 days.
I know John's biggest mix. He likes to take the 1358 and mix it with 7414. He's always talking about mixing those two.
You know what, John? Whatever rip bag we have in the shop, that goes on his lawn. His lawn looks great too.
So as much as we talk about, as hard as it is to stay green over summer, it's probably equally hard for some of us to stay green over winter. I don't know. And those that are staying green right now, I think keep off the grass. I think we need to be using that hashtag, you guys. Keep off the grass lawn of the week. Brian, do you want to go over it? Tell them all the details.
Sure. Well, so something, since we have ProPEAT on tonight, it only is fitting that we have a lawn of the week, because ProPEAT has been sponsoring lawn of the week for 2 years or so. Long time. Every week we do little contests on the social medias, mainly Instagram, where people, if they use hashtag KOTG lawn of the week, automatically submits you into a little drawing that we do here with the Keep Off the Grass livecast members. And we debate over your lawn compared to everybody else's. And make sure you're using that hashtag in your posts or your reels. If you put it in a story, it disappears after 24 hours. We can't go back and look at it. But we're all following that hashtag, and we will debate over if your lawn is looking the best of the week in the community. And we will decide if you get to win. If you do win, ProPEAT does sponsor this, and they will send out your choice of their NPK that you can find on the Home Depot website, or also try out their product Fossil, PHOSUL. You can find that at fossil.com. And then you can keep making your lawn look better and better by throwing some of that ProPEAT down. So this week, we have, like Bill was saying, it's kind of hard. A lot of you guys, it's going dormant. A lot of you guys getting frost. A lot of your yards dying off. But the real yard daddy came in clutch this week, making it happen.
That's incredible, man. That's
staying green.
I mean, the stripes are nice and all, but just that contrast between him and the yard next door, that's what catches the eye more than anything else. And then knowing that it's, December and he's that dark still, that's looking good.
Where is that at? Where's that location?
He is in Maine, actually.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, so he's way
Maine
up
holding
north
on to
there,
that
too.
color.
So he's gotten pretty cold.
I mean, and it's legit too, because all them trees, they're there's their leaves are down, and they're bare. So looking good,
He is
man.
a 2-time winner. He won back on episode
Mhm.
125. So he's no stranger. Probably used a little bit of ProPEAT from his winnings to get it to keep looking that good. So
That's
Man.
dark.
Yeah, it
Super
is.
dark.
yeah,
There's got to be some iron in there, I'm sure.
this was his Thanksgiving post that he put out. So looking good even from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man.
Every-
He's been hard
every-
at work.
Every
Got a
post is
John
super
Deere.
dark.
So he's the real McCoy over there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the good stuff. So
Congrats, brother.
we'll reach out to you, and you're gonna pick up some more ProPEAT or Fossil or whatever you're looking at doing. And of course, we always shout out ProPEAT
Endless.
for doing that.
Yeah, maybe he can request a bag
Bag
of
of
Endless.
Shit doesn't need to be any darker. That sucker's green.
Yeah, we'll see if that
Having a
Endless
dark
is
green lawn is
an option
a lot
now.
like getting plastic surgery. Once you start, you just got to keep going. Oh,
Cross the
goodness.
threshold.
Looks like drunk
Man, that
long
looks
guy
good,
came
though.
back on. He realized power's back on. He decided to jump on with us. Drunk long guy did not blame the outage on you, and you're driving around on the lawnmower and hitting power poles. Or stuff like that. So don't go back and listen to this.
He just is running over the neighborhood cats and stuff.
Nice. All right, you got a wheel to spin, Brian?
I
Yeah,
do
let's
have a little
spin that wheel
Ooh.
and wind it down for the night. Let's see who gets to try this Endless first.
Yeah, you're
Well,
gonna be.
Who's going to get it first, I guess, you know.
See, I'm jealous.
gonna
Like
put it
they're
down
gonna
now.
get to try this stuff before we do.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're gonna have it in their hands.
Luckies. All right, so we're doing one drawing, right?
Yeah.
So
One bag, Rob.
We can give away 2. How about 2?
2. All right.
Ooh,
Man says
Who's
2.
better
We're
than
gonna
one?
do 2.
that's 100 pounds right there.
All right. Shuffle. Well, they may ship out 25-pound bags. We'll see. I don't know if you guys mentioned that or not. Usually when they ship out, it's 25-pound bags. So we'll shuffle it 3 times.
Well, Rob was saying that it's only packaged in 50s now, right, Rob?
Oh, okay.
For,
Yeah.
The test products,
for
yeah.
test products,
test
and then
ones, all right.
once you bring it to market fully, then it'll be available in 25 and 50-pound bags.
Nice.
So,
Oh.
whoever wins these getting the 50s.
All right, here you go. Spin number 1.
Love it.
Nice. Well done, Brian.
Ooh. Oh,
Eddie
Eddie,
eased that one out. Just got
That
in
is
there.
one lucky son of a gun right there.
Didn't he win last
Yep.
week?
He
Mm,
did.
I think
For the
so.
week- Yeah.
Sucker wins.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what happens when
it's
you
every
show
week.
up every week.
pays
Man,
to
go
show
buy-
up every week, man.
Buy a lottery
Super
ticket,
week.
Eddie.
Yeah,
Go
You
get
man.
win
one.
every week. That's what
Like-
that's what I like, man. You know, we don't advertise giveaways, so we don't get just random people in here coming watching. These are the OGs that stick with us every week. So
Yeah.
we appreciate
give it
you.
give it another shuffle there, Brian.
Another shuffle. All right.
Yeah. Let's give it another
Shuffle.
shuffle. What were we giving away a couple weeks ago? And it just kept ending up like back on the same
Yeah.
position of the
Same-
wheel. We gotta
Let's-
give them a
the same
shuffle,
3 or
give
4
everybody a
people.
fighting chance here, you know.
all right. Well, I shuffled it 3 times. So
Right.
that should mix it up really good. And actually, let me see. Maybe I'll change it a quick Christmas song here.
Lucky Green Stripe was lucky for
Yeah.
a long time. We'll see.
Yeah, like 6 months he won everything.
Yeah,
Mm.
it must be Eddie's turn.
Lucky. You might have to come up with a new name, Lucky Green. just green stripe instead of
Green
Lucky
stripes.
Greens.
There's green stripes. Yeah. Here goes.
He's got another shot, so maybe he might come through.
If it is, I'm walking away.
I'm gonna leave.
Oh, lucky. Oh. Boom. He almost had it.
All right.
John D.
Initially, I thought it said John P. I was like, what?
Wait,
There's no name in the wheel.
Awesome.
All right, so reach out to those guys on Instagram. We'll get information over to ProPEAT for those 2 bags. And that's awesome. And we look forward, like you said, they're doing you guys a favor, sending out some free product to try. When you put it down, let's see some before and after pictures.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Those tag ProPEAT on it. They're kind of using that to show you how good the product is and put it out there. So,
Remind me, I think you probably said it earlier in the show. When are you guys anticipating that being available for ordering online?
We're aiming to have it registered in every state. Hopefully by sometime in March, before the end of April.
Okay.
April in the springtime.
So going into springtime, perfect. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's just we got to get registered every state, and we're tweaking it just a little bit. So
That's exciting, man.
yeah,
It is.
I appreciate you having me on here tonight talking about it.
Yeah,
Loaded.
another great product launch on the Keep Off
So
the
was,
Grass livecast.
mm-hmm.
Was this something that was kind of in the works? How long had John kind of been working on this, or do you know kind of the details about kind of where the idea stemmed from? And
Yeah, you know what? When we started negotiating, he wanted me to come to work for him, and I'm like John, we got great products. We just need I wanted to come up with a couple other products where we can, address some other markets, and one was the lawn care market, because they go out there 6-8 times a year just pounding these lawns with nitrogen. So we want to back off it and make it affordable to get into rotations. Mm-hmm. So that was one. We're working on a couple other products, guys. We're looking for having a product with a wetting agent in it, where it helps hold water and moisture, in addition to the peat moss. And then we're trying to get our EPA registration to get the 1704 with prodiamine, like a pre-emergent.
Ooh, okay,
Nice.
Okay.
So those are
I'm listening.
2 other products we're excited about, and the 1704, it's we've played around with it. We can make it. We just got to go through the EPA and get all the numbers.
Sure. It's a whole
That might
process.
be, we're probably going to miss this spring, but we'll have it hopefully by midsummer next year and have it ready to go. So that's going to be
cool.
That's going to be a huge one. I mean, every homeowner, what do they do in their first app? Fertilizer with pre-emergent. Nice thing is, get that fertilizer with pre-emergent, you got a 90-day product. Most fertilizer with pre-emergents are quick release fertilizers. So it's going to be nice to have marry a 90-day pre-emergent with a 90-day fertilizer. So
my spring routine had always been the prodiamine and then some kind of slow release, usually like a malorganite or whatever. But now, they jack up the price so much. I'm stepping away from that. And coming in with something ProPEAT and some prodiamine in the springtime, so that everything's kind of waking up and it's everything's there to feed the grass as it all wakes up. That's something I'm thinking about going into the springtime. So coming up with a ProPEAT combo would be a sweet deal down the road.
Sure would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're excited. It's got a few things in the works and a few things coming out. And I don't know if you guys are at the GIS show, the golf industry show, and that. Well, hopefully I'll get to meet you guys in person and that. And Brian, I live in South Ogden, so we're not too far.
Yeah, not too far. I go up there every now and again.
Yeah, come down there and bring another you got the ProPEAT.
I'll stop. Yeah, I'll stop by my way up to ProPEAT up in Idaho. So
yeah, you're welcome up anytime. You guys want to do a plant tour? You guys are all invited to do a plant tour. John will
try
take you
to
out,
do it.
he'll take you out horseback riding and maybe
he's been after me to bring the family out, come out to the ranch, come hang out.
Oh my gosh.
John,
I don't know. It sounds like a good idea.
They'd love
John's a great guy. He's a cowboy. His handshake, you don't need a contract with John. It's worth it. Yep, it is.
He took me to the taco trucks, and we had to FaceTime Olee while we were.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I go out to we're going to the taco trucks right away.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man,
good guy, good family, and we got amazing product. And
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks to you guys and finding amazing partners to talk about it. It's just getting out there. We're the David versus Goliath. We're just a small player trying to crack this industry. So
yeah.
Well, you guys have something unique, so that you definitely have something different, which sets you apart, which is cool. And I think that's really what's turned us on to you guys. And obviously, John's great, and the the company's good and all, but the product is it speaks for itself. And the more folks know about it and they try it, I think they see results. So I'm excited for this micronutrient iron thing to see how that can do.
And more stuff coming out.
I know.
More excited about that. So
and listen,
busy.
I don't know about you guys, but in talking to people in the DIY lawn care community, again, our working, universe, I guess you could say, right? There's not been anybody that I've ever talked to that said that has tried ProPEAT and didn't like it and hasn't continued to use it. I can't think of anybody that I've interacted with on Instagram in the lawn care world who has tried ProPEAT and then gone, I'm going to go with something else. Everybody that I know that has tried ProPEAT, for a season has said, all right, you know what, that's what I'm going to continue to use, myself included. So
one thing about
we're on the right track.
It flows. It flows really well.
Yeah. Like I said, what drew me to it was the homogeneous prill. I'm a fan of that. I like the concept of that for an equal spread. So that's kind of what drew me to it right away, and tried it, and haven't looked back. I've used it for 3 years now, I think.
Yeah,
actually, I've been talking to John. I'm planning on buying a pallet this spring. Probably after the new year, I'll probably start working on getting it ordered and shipped and all that. And basically, I've been talking to people around the neighborhood and people around Iowa, where I live and whatnot, and 3 or 4 bags here, 3 or 4 bags there. I'm like, all right, we're gonna just buy a pallet and come pick it up out of my garage.
Dude, you get the whole neighborhood looking good. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, not the whole neighborhood. I got to have some domination.
It's the neighborhood
maybe
over
2 or 3 houses.
Heavy is the crown, my friend.
No, actually, my next door neighbor, he used it all this year, and like I said, his lawn over the last couple of years, kind of helped him a little bit, and like I said, he's been using ProPEAT last couple applications, and his lawn's starting to hang with mine pretty good. And I'm like, better wean him off the ProPEAT.
Yeah, I don't tell anybody within 2 streets of me about ProPEAT. I'll go 3 streets over and I'll let you know about it. But
just one of my neighbors, get an app or 2 of the endless.
One of my neighbors, it's like a block down. I've helped him with his yard, and we put 365 on it and did all that. And he bought 6 bags through Heritage, I think last year, and uses ProPEAT and all that, and some simple lawn solution stuff. And basically he's like, okay, what do I need to do? And we talk about it, and he goes out and does it. But I can sit here from my house and just look down the block, and his lawn pops. Darkest lawn, he's went out and got a striped kit and everything. You can just it's night and day between his and anyone else's down there. I can just sit here. It's cool for me because I look down there and I'm like, that's a product of everything I'm doing, and products we use, and stuff like that.
Spreading the joy, man. That's awesome.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Just makes sense. I think about other fertilizer. I'm like, why do I want to put nitrogen over here, potassium over here, and some phosphorus? Why don't I want to put it all at the same time, all together in the same place? Just makes sense.
Yep. All right.
Well, that should about wrap it up. If you're following ProPEAT on social media, Go give them a follow on Instagram, follow them on TikTok. Go to their website, check them out.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming on, Rob. We appreciate having you, man.
Rob,
We'll
great
see you
to meet
soon.
Around for a little bit after the show.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, don't jump off right away.